There is a moment, you felt it, when someone gets under your skin for no reason that fully makes sense. Maybe it's a coworker who brings up their accomplishments in every conversation, every meeting, every lunch break, every hallway chat. Yeah, I actually handled something similar back when I was leading that project, and you feel it. A flicker of irritation that's almost too strong for the situation. Maybe it's someone at a party. You just met them. They're laughing a little too loud, being a little too friendly with everyone, and something about them feels fake. You haven't spoken to them for more than 2 minutes, but you've already made up your mind. Maybe it's closer to home. A friend who's too much, too emotional, too dramatic, too needy. And every time they call, some small part of you sighs before you even pick up. Here's the thing. You feel completely justified in these reactions. The coworker really does brag. The stranger really does seem fake. Your friend really is a lot to deal with. But what if the intensity of your reaction has almost nothing to do with them and almost everything to do with you? That's what we're talking about today. And I'll warn you now, this one isn't going to feel comfortable. The strength of your reaction is the clue, not their behavior, yours. When someone mildly annoys you, that's just annoyance. When someone makes your skin crawl, when you catch yourself replaying what they said when just thinking about them puts you in a bad mood, that's something else. That's information, not about them, about you. This isn't me saying you're wrong about the other person. Maybe the coworker really does brag too much, but that doesn't explain why you react the way you do. Because other people are in that same room with that coworker and they're totally fine. Other people met that fake stranger and left the party saying, oh, they were fun. So what's different? You are. To understand this, we go back about 100 years to a Swiss psychiatrist named Carl Jung. Jung believed we don't just have a conscious identity, who we think we are, how we present ourselves. We also have what he called the shadow. Every part of you that you decided at some point was unacceptable. The anger you were told not to show. The ambition you were raised to believe was arrogant. The neediness you learned to hide so you wouldn't lose people. These parts didn't disappear. You just stopped claiming them. And because they still exist, they still have energy that needs somewhere to go. So instead of seeing those traits in yourself, you start seeing them in other people. Loudly, intensely, with a certainty that feels completely rational. This is called projection. Say you buried your own ambition years ago because wanting things too openly got you called arrogant. Now, when that coworker talks about their achievements, you don't just notice it. It bothers you on a level you can't quite explain, because somewhere in you, a part still wants exactly what they're doing. You've just been sitting on it for years. Now here's the part that matters most, because otherwise you'll hear all this and think, interesting theory, but I still know what I saw. When you're projecting, your brain doesn't flag the experience as being about you. It processes the reaction as a fact about the other person, objective information about the world. It says that person is arrogant, full stop. It never adds the footnote explaining why this bothers you so much, which means projection feels exactly like clear perception. There's no internal alarm, no flag that pops up and says, check your sources on this one. This is why smart, self-aware, genuinely good people still project constantly. It's not a character flaw. It's a feature of how the mind works, quietly translating your own unclaimed material into verdicts about everyone around you. So, how do you catch it? Ask yourself this. If this trait in this person had absolutely nothing to do with me, if it lived completely outside my world, would I care? If someone's bad at something you've never cared about, you don't notice. No reaction. But if someone does something badly that you've invested in, that you're insecure about, you feel it immediately. No reaction means it doesn't touch anything in you. A strong reaction means it touched something. Pick the person who irritates you most right now. Name the one trait that gets under your skin. Now ask, honestly, quietly, no one's listening. Is there any version of you, past or buried or feared, that has ever done this, or wanted to, or been terrified of becoming? If the answer is anywhere close to yes, what you're reacting to isn't just them. It's a mirror. This is where it connects back to the shadow. Shadow work is looking inward and asking what you're carrying that you haven't acknowledged. Projection is the same material turned outward, wearing someone else's face. Same content, different direction. And in some ways, projection is the easier entry point because you don't have to go looking for your shadow in the abstract. It finds you. It shows up as the coworker who makes you feel something disproportionate. The stranger whose energy bothers you before they've said a word. The friend who triggers you in ways you can't quite justify. Every intense reaction is an invitation. Not to fix them, to look at yourself. So here's where I'll leave you. Not with an answer, with a question. Think about the person who irritates you most right now. Don't think about what they're doing wrong. Think about what they're reflecting. What is it in them that you've decided you're not allowed to be? You don't have to answer today, but carry the question with you. Because the next time that irritation flares up, before you tell yourself the story of who they are, you might want to pause and ask what the reaction just found in you. If this made you uncomfortable, good. That means it landed somewhere real. If it made you think of a specific person, save this video. You'll want to come back to it. And if you haven't watched the previous episode on shadow work, that's where this one really begins. Drop the trait that irritates you most in the comments. You don't have to explain why. Sometimes naming it is enough to start the work.